Scott Bruder here. So what I'm going to do today is I've got this old Pokemon Red that even after all these years it still saves. Now what I've gone ahead and done is backed up this cartridge using one of the external backup tools, and I am going to take this, replace the battery, and I feel like I'm going to take it one step further. And what I want to do is, you know, even though the battery's working, I'm going to put a brand new CR 2016 battery. I think that's what it is. It might be a 1616. It's a smaller guy. I'm sure that's what's in here already. If it's not, I will go to my chest and pick up a bigger one. Now, I have a lot of these batteries with tabs available, but you know, for a lot of my other games, I'm installing these units that take the tabless batteries, and of course they fit nicely inside the shell of a Game Boy. But we're going to try and avoid that today. Now, to add another level of fun, I'm going to replace this beat up shell with a red shell. Now I know this says Game Boy Color, but this is an aftermarket that has the little notch out at the top, so it will play an original Game Boy. And then to finish it off, I've got some holographic Pokemon stickers, so it'll get a nice brand new Pokemon Red. Now I don't plan on throwing out this shell, but I feel like, you know, freshening the game up will do it a whole lot of good. So first and foremost, we need to get this open, and it looks pretty rough. So I'm going to get a Gambit screwdriver on there. And drop it and knock the camera. Look at that, I'm doing a great job. So get the Gambit screw out, set it to the side so I don't misplace it. Now let's find out how bad this looks. Ready? This hasn't been opened since, probably 1998. Is that when these came out? I'm pretty sure it did. Well, this one has a 99 battery in it, so this one came from a 1999 production run. It looks pretty good. Like, the contacts are a little worn, but inside there's not much water damage, and sure enough, there's that 1998 emblem from Nintendo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Q-tip right now and some contact cleaner and give it a little bit of a rub down, just to make sure it works well. Q-tip. We're going to do some super contact cleaner. Now what I like to do is I don't like to spray it right on the contacts. What I'll do is I'll spray it on the Q-tip first. And then I'll just give it a little rub. Look at all that oxidization that came off there. And then might as well rub down the board while I'm at it. And granted, there's not any contacts on here, but, you know, it's nice to make sure that I've gotten any dust or dirt outside of it. I do have circuit board cleaner that I will use from time to time, but today is not the day. Okay, so what I'll do, take a paper towel, clean up the rest, dry off the board. Now, normally what I could do is apply some voltage to this board here and replace the battery with the board hot, and that'll actually keep them SRAM chip charged, but I really don't care about that today. So we'll zoom in here, and I will put a little bit of No Clean Flux paste on the two terminals of the battery. Done and done. And if this doesn't work, you know, you can always add a little bit of solder. And the solder will get in there, and its internal resin flux will bind with the existing battery. Now, I take a look here and I realize that my little 1616 battery is kind of small. So let's run to my bin and see if I've got a 2020 or a 2032. Well, pick myself up a fine battery. There we go there. It's a little bit better. CR 2016. These little batteries here, I think, are CR 1616s. That's going to be a bit better of a fit. Done. Okay, so I still got the resin solder on there. And I'm going to zoom in again so we can see it. We're going to look to remove this battery. So you can see here that solder is not really softening up. So what we can do here is add a little bit of new solder. It'll work its way in there, and it'll actually get us something we can work with. Now we are also talking about almost 25-year-old solder. There we go, look at that. Lift. And do the same thing over on this side. Some fresh solder. There we go. I'll just clean that around so I can move around on the pad a little bit. There we go. Same over here. Perfect. Take brand new battery out of the bag. Now granted, sure enough, I'm guaranteeing that that save game is now gone. But we might as well test it out before we're done. I'll put it back in the exact same area. Positive is up here, which is the top of a dime cell. Negative is down here, which is the bottom of a dime cell. So heat up the terminal. And I want it to just sink right down inside there. I don't want any cold solder joints or anything. You know what, that one's not playing nice. Let's bring out some solder wick. Let's get rid of that old solder completely. Here we go. I went a little too far, so let's walk it back a bit. Bada boom, bada bang. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of cleaner there. Use a little flux remover for PC boards. Get in there with a Q-tip. Get any flux that may be on the board. Done and done. Looks good. So next thing is I'm going to take this new shell, my new game. Of course, always when you're opening up a shell, you always slide it down a little bit. Looks good. If I had a Pokemon sticker, maybe I'd put it on the back. That falls right in there. So, before we go any further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Game Boy, turn it on to make sure it works. Looks pretty good. Game loads. Let's see if we can fly through the title screens. Make a fun new character. We'll probably call him A. We'll call him I study Pokemon as a professional. First, what is your name? You know what? Let's just go with Ash. I don't even want to enter a name. Perfect. What's my grandson? You know, he's been your rival for a long time. His name is Gary. That's right, I remember now. His name's Gary. Ash, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. The world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! Should be in my bedroom. I think we've all been here a million times. I'm going to save. Would you like to save? Yes. Now saving. Ash saved the game. So, the ultimate test is whether or not, after a few seconds, that game is still retained. So, toss that back in there. Turn it on. We all know what the answer is going to be, but I do like that we go through the adventure every time just to make sure that it's 100% legitimate. And we should see on the next screen a continue. Continue, game, Ash. Done. So we know the battery is working. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to take that game bit screw that we took out of the Pokemon game. We're going to see if it's in good repair. If it is, we'll use it. And if it's not, we won't. So it is. It looks pretty darn rough. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Focus. Yeah, look at that. It's all corroded. So let's see if I've got another game bit screw we can put in there. So I have a pack of Gamebit screws. These are brand new. Take a look at that. That one is much shinier. So, put in the driver. Brand new shell. Never had a screw threaded in it before. There we go. I'll look over the top. There might be a fingerprint there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of that Q-tip that had the flux remover, and I'm just going to use that to remove some of the grease. Give it a wipe off with a dust-resistant microfiber cloth. That looks good. And then the next thing is, let's get a Pokemon Red sticker on there. So, I'm doing this from behind a camera. I'm going to try my best to get it on aligned. It is in the square. So now we've gone from a Pokemon cartridge from 1998 to a Pokemon cartridge from 1998 with some brand new stuff from 2023. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Tell me if you like the Pokemon Red or if you feel it pales in comparison to my Pokemon Crystal upgrade. And like, subscribe, share. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.